The movie opens with a chilling narration by Alice, the protagonist. She recounts the origins of the T-virus, initially developed as a life-saving cure, but ultimately turning humans into zombies. Dr. Marcus, driven by a desperate need to save his daughter Alicia from a rare fatal disease that causes premature aging, discovered the T-virus. Though initially showing promise in reversing aging and curing incurable diseases, the virus had catastrophic side effects, transforming people into aggressive zombies. Realizing the dangerous nature of the T-virus, Dr. Marcus intended to cease its development. However, Dr. Isaacs, his colleague, had other plans. In a ruthless move, Isaac murdered Dr. Marcus to continue the T-virus research. He then gained control over a significant portion of the Umbrella Corporation. Isaacs then created the Red Queen, an advanced AI system. He orchestrated the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City, which led to a global pandemic over the next decade. The movie then shifts to a devastated Washington, D.C., where Alice emerges amid the ruins, following a massive battle between humans and zombies. In a basement, the Red Queen appears on screen, revealing to Alice that only 4,472 humans remain on Earth. With a stark warning, the Red Queen tells Alice that these survivors will be extinct in 48 hours unless Alice retrieves an antivirus serum from the Hive in Raccoon City. This serum has the power to destroy the T-virus, offering a glimmer of hope to the diminishing human population. Though Alice is wary of the Red Queen's motives, she realizes the urgency of the situation and sets out on her mission. On her way to Raccoon City in a stolen car, Alice falls into an ambush set by Umbrella mercenaries. Forced to continue on foot, she stumbles upon a motorcycle hidden under a bridge. Just as she attempts to take the bike, the mercenaries confront her. In a fierce display of combat prowess, Alice fights them off, but is incapacitated by the motorcycle's defense system. Confronted by Dr. Isaacs, whom she believed she had killed, Alice realizes she had eliminated one of his clones. Dr. Isaacs takes Alice prisoner, tying her hands behind a convoy and forcing her to run as hordes of zombies chase her. Determined to gain information from Alice, Dr. Isaacs confronts her directly. In the ensuing fight, Alice manages to sever Isaac's hand, disable the motorcycle's defense system, and make a daring escape towards Raccoon City. Soon after, Alice's journey to Raccoon City takes a dangerous turn. As she nears the city on her motorbike, she's suddenly shot down and loses consciousness. When she comes to, she finds herself in a demolished building, surrounded by a group of wary survivors. Initially at their mercy, Alice quickly demonstrates her formidable fighting skills and gains the upper hand. Among the survivors, Alice is surprised to encounter Claire, a familiar face who had been missing since the events of the previous films in the movie series. Claire's story is revealed. After the ship they were on was overrun by Umbrella forces, she was captured but managed to escape during transport. She was later found and rescued by other survivors, including Doc, Razor, Christian, and Cobalt. Alice shares her mission with the group to infiltrate the Hive and retrieve the cure for the T-virus. But before they can delve into their reunion, they realize that Dr. Isaacs, leading a vast army of zombies, is already marching toward Raccoon City. The survivors decide to fortify the building that they're in, transforming it into a stronghold to defend against the impending zombie siege. As the zombie horde closes in, Alice orders the ignition of gasoline barrels, effectively destroying one of the armored vehicles. Observing this setback, Dr. Isaacs momentarily halts the zombie advance. In a cruel tactic, he releases a survivor as bait to draw the horde closer to the building. Alice, attempting to save the survivor, orders the gates be opened, but her efforts are soon frustrated when Dr. Isaacs heartlessly orders that the survivor be executed and launches a rocket shattering the gate and breaching their defenses. The survivors, now on the rooftop, desperately try to fend off the invading zombies with boulders, but they're quickly overwhelmed. Another rocket from Dr. Isaacs causes further casualties among the group. Alice then opens all of the gasoline barrels, allowing the fuel to spill out. With a torch, she ignites the gasoline, creating a massive fire that engulfs many of the zombies. Immediately, Alice capitalizes on the chaos engulfing the area. With a determined resolve, she uses a cable to descend swiftly from the rooftop, targeting Dr. Isaac's armored vehicle. In a bold move, she climbs atop the vehicle, pours gasoline inside of it, and ignites it with a lit torch. During this daring act, she confronts one of Dr. Isaac's henchmen and finds herself ambushed by his most skilled hitman. The hitman poses a significant challenge to Alice, demonstrating formidable combat skills. Recognizing that she can't defeat him in close combat, Alice resorts to her firearm, shooting the hitman. She then enters the armored vehicle, only to discover that Dr. Isaacs has escaped. In a strategic move to distract the advancing zombie horde, Alice ties the injured hitman to the back of the vehicle, subjecting him to the same relentless pursuit he had inflicted on others. The survivors soon realize that 2 additional waves of zombies are approaching, forcing them to make an urgent decision. They conclude that their only hope of stopping the zombie onslaught is to acquire the serum from the Hive. Meanwhile, Wesker, Alice's old enemy and an operative in Umbrella's main facility, is closely monitoring their desperate survival efforts. As Alice and her group approach the nuclear crater leading to the Hive, Wesker releases a pack of ferocious hellhounds to further clog their progress. The survivors are overwhelmed by the sheer number of these vicious creatures, and in the ensuing chaos, they suffer the tragic loss of Christian. As the group finally reaches the Hive's entrance, the hellhounds retreat, seemingly afraid of what lies within the tunnels. Inside the Hive, they encounter the holographic projection of the Red Queen, who reveals a shocking truth. A secret video from an Umbrella board meeting shows Dr. Isaacs discussing the impending doom of the world due to overpopulation. He proposes a radical solution, using the T-virus to decimate humanity, while the Umbrella members take refuge in hibernation pods within the Hive. After Earth has rejuvenated, they plan to re-emerge and reclaim control. The Red Queen, programmed to protect human life, finds herself in a moral dilemma. Her directives prevent her from harming any Umbrella employee, rendering her unable to stop Dr. Isaac's plan. She turns to Alice, who, unbound by such restrictions, can intervene and potentially alter the course of humanity's future. The pressure mounts as only 37 minutes remain before the last human stronghold is overrun. Amidst this dire situation, the Red Queen secretly informs Alice through her earpiece about a mole from the Umbrella Corporation within their group. Keeping this critical information to herself, Alice leads the group deeper into the Hive. As they navigate the dangerous depths, they encounter a massive vent with an exhaust fan that suddenly activates. In a tragic turn of events, one group member is unable to maintain their grip and is gruesomely killed by the fan. The group is momentarily spared further losses when the fan unexpectedly stops. Continuing their risky journey, the group must crawl through a series of vents. Tragically, some members fall through hidden trapdoors. Alice and Razor find themselves in a room where Razor meets his end at the hands of a mutant beast. Despite Alice's repeated gunfire, the beast remains unscathed. After a fierce struggle, Alice finally defeats the creature. Catching her breath, Alice is unexpectedly joined by Doc, Claire's boyfriend. Their path leads them to the infamous laser corridor, a notorious trap within the Hive. With the Red Queen's holographic map, Alice locates the entrance to the deepest part of the Hive, which houses the Umbrella Corporation's hibernation pods and thousands of individuals in suspended animation. Meanwhile, Wesker, closely monitoring Alice's progress, prematurely opens one of the hibernation pods. The real Dr. Isaacs emerges, revealing that the Isaacs previously encountered by Alice was just a clone. Alice and Doc make their way to Dr. Isaacs' room through a water-filled passage where they confront the daunting truth. Dr. Isaacs, holding the sole vial of serum, forces Alice to disarm. In a shocking betrayal, Doc reveals himself as the Mole, aiming his gun at Alice. Claire is captured by Wesker and brought into the room. Dr. Isaacs reveals a shattering truth to Alice. She's a clone of Dr. Marcus's daughter, Alicia, who appears as a 90-year-old woman despite her young appearance. Isaacs exposes the reality of Alice's origin and her connection to Dr. Marcus. Struggling to accept this revelation, Alice is confronted by the Red Queen's hologram, which confirms her clone status with childhood images. Alicia, intent on saving humanity, has uploaded the secret board meeting to the Red Queen. The AI, in its mission to prevent human extinction, turns to Alice for help. Despite Dr. Isaacs' overconfidence, Alicia still controls 50% of Umbrella's shares, allowing her to dismiss Wesker from the company. The Red Queen injures Wesker, and Doc, attempting to shoot the AI, is stopped by Alice, who had anticipated his betrayal and given him a jammed gun. Claire eliminates Doc, and Alice leaves Wesker with a detonator for his eventual death. Dr. Isaacs, seizing the opportunity amidst the chaos, flees, but Alice and Claire chase him to the hibernation room. To stop the Red Queen from intervening, Dr. Isaacs deactivates the AI system. The movie's climax unfolds, with Alice and Claire in a desperate pursuit of Dr. Isaacs. Their encounter quickly escalates into a high-stakes battle. Dr. Isaacs effortlessly evades their gunfire, showcasing his superior combat abilities. The fight intensifies, moving from the hibernation room to the mainframe of the Hive. Despite Alice and Claire's coordinated efforts, they struggle to gain the upper hand against Dr. Isaacs. In a powerful blow, Claire is knocked unconscious, leaving Alice to face Dr. Isaacs alone. The confrontation reaches a critical point when Alice is kicked into the laser corridor. Displaying remarkable agility, Alice narrowly dodges the lethal lasers. Dr. Isaacs enters the corridor, and their fight becomes a close-quarter struggle. In a brutal move, Dr. Isaacs slices off Alice's finger using the lasers. Unbeknownst to him, Alice manages to slip a grenade into his pocket during the struggle. The grenade detonates, severely injuring Dr. Isaacs. Seizing the moment, Alice retrieves the antivirus from his pocket and incapacitates him. With the fate of humanity hanging in the balance, Alice moves to the surface in an elevator, ready to release the serum. In a shocking twist, the clone Dr. Isaacs, leading a horde of zombies, confronts his original counterpart. The clone, unable to accept his reality, kills the original Dr. Isaacs, only to be overwhelmed and killed by the advancing zombies. In a decisive act, Alice smashes the antivirus, releasing it into the air and instantly eradicating the zombies. The release of the serum, however, adversely affects Alice, and she collapses, weakened by the lingering T-virus in her system. Miraculously, the serum only destroys the T-virus cells, leaving her healthy cells unharmed. Alice regains consciousness to Claire's relief, having successfully released the antivirus. The Red Queen appears as a projection, explaining that the serum eradicated the T-virus cells in Alice's body, while her healthy cells keep her alive. The movie concludes with Alice riding away on her motorcycle, now alone but with a newfound purpose. As she departs, 3 winged monsters appear in the sky, hinting at the continued dangers in the post-apocalyptic world.